Okay, I've spent the morning trying to wrap my head around this case, and while I had been not planning on actually covering any more cases right now, because I feel like my docket is well and truly full, this case has just got me so baffled, and it's just got red flags all over it, so I wanted to discuss it. So, this is a new case. This is all unfolding right now, basically. I only saw it pop up on Facebook this morning, so we're talking probably in the last 24 hours. I'm not entirely certain right now. Like I said, there's a lot of confusion out there. This little girl that you can see in front of you, her name is Claire Bell. She's 3 and she's from Quebec in Canada. And that's part of the reason for the confusion. There are a lot of posts and things that are written in French, and there are a few news videos that are also in French. I will try and get my sister to do a translation for me because she is fluent in French. However, she works full time, so I'm not sure if she can. Hopefully more information will come out in English really, really soon. So, there's so little that is known about this case so far. What I can tell you at this point is that the mother of this child walked into a business 50 miles from her home, and according to witnesses, she was somewhat dazed and not in such a great state, and she claimed that she had lost her daughter, didn't know what happened and didn't know where her daughter was. She had driven herself there in her own vehicle, and I guess my first question is, was she in a state to drive? Did she even know where she was? The other bit of information that's come out, they said that they believed that that Claire was with her little dog that was a long-haired Chihuahua. However, the dog has been found deceased on a highway, which just makes the case even more confusing, even more of a red flag. They've not issued an Amber Alert because they're saying they can't fulfill all the criteria. They can't tick off all the criteria, so they haven't issued an Amber Alert. But obviously time is of the essence with this little girl. So I'm just going to go through what I've found. There's not much, but let's have a look, and maybe there'll be more updates through the day or tomorrow. Who knows? But definitely I'm just seeing red flags all over this case. Okay, there's multiple posts on Facebook under various missing children sites that all pretty much say the same thing. Missing child, Claire Bell, age 3, Quebec. Authorities in Quebec are urgently searching for 3-year-old Claire Bell, who was last seen around 9:45 a.m. on Sunday, June 15, near Newman Boulevard in LaSalle, a borough of Montreal. Several hours later, her mother rushed into a store in Coteau, about 50 kilometres away. Sorry, I said miles, but it's 50 kilometres. Saying that she'd lost her child but couldn't remember what happened. Now, 50 kilometres, that's depending on how fast you drive, what sort of traffic, what sort of freeways. That's anywhere from half an hour to an hour away from the home. Mum was driving a grey 2007 Ford Escape, licence plate K50FVE. Claire is described as approximately 3 feet tall, weighing around 35 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a white long-sleeve shirt with a pink collar and grey pants, and she was barefoot. It is believed she may have been accompanied by her small, reddish-brown, long-haired chihuahua. A dog matching that description was later found deceased near Highway 30 in nearby Vaudreil. Sorry, I am not the French speaker in the family. Please help spread the word. Claire is only 3 years old and vulnerable. Her safe return depends on public awareness and vigilance. If you know anything about Claire's disappearance, please call 911. So then, this is an update that I came across. Police have confirmed that a small dog matching the description of Claire's pet chihuahua was found dead along Highway 30. Search efforts are now focused in the Vaudreil-Dorion area as the search intensifies for Claire. So, just taking a look at the map here. So, on the far right is LaSalle, which is where their residence is. Then down off to the left is Coteau du Lac, and then about 2/3 of the way between LaSalle and Coteau du Lac is Vaudreil-Dorion, which is where they found the dog. So you can plot the route. The thing that I find rather disturbing is the amount of water that there is along the way. Anyway, let's keep going and see what else we can find out.
3-year-old Claire Bell was last seen here at her Newman Boulevard home in LaSalle at 9:45 Sunday morning. Neighbors say last night police showed up and started searching door to door, and residents here are very worried about the little girl.
I felt bad for them the whole night because I talked with the policeman by the entrance last night. They went searching door to door. It was pretty, it's horrible.
While the girl was last seen in LaSalle, she was actually reported missing hours later by her mother in Coteau du Lac. That's about an hour west of LaSalle. Police set up a command post there after she went into a store and told someone she didn't have her child anymore. Police say she was driving a gray 2007 Ford Escape with the license plate K50FVE with a sticker that says baby on board. Police say if you saw that vehicle, to call them. There are a few details about the woman's state of health, and officers are still trying to figure out the timeline of events, but say an Amber Alert was not issued because it doesn't meet the criteria. To send out the emergency alert, police need to believe a child was abducted, that their safety is in danger, and that officers have information that may help locate the child. The Sûreté du Québec has been searching a wide area all the way to Ontario. We have specialized units, including helicopters, drones, and ground search crew, he says. There's a group of search and rescue volunteers.
It's not easy. Everybody, we pray for being able to find her quickly because it's very hot. It's been a long time since she's missing.
Belle is described as 0.9 meters or 3 feet tall and 16 kilograms or 35 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes, speaks English, and was last seen wearing a white long-sleeve shirt with a pink collar, gray pants, and no shoes. She could be with her dog, a brown, long-haired Chihuahua. Police are asking residents of LaSalle and Coteau du Lac to check any buildings on their property, and if anyone has information about the whereabouts of the girl, to call 911 or the SQ. Kelly Gregg, CTV News.
Montreal, where police are searching for a missing 3-year-old girl, Claire Bell, from LaSalle. Police say the child's mother reported her missing at the store here at 3 p.m. on Sunday. An employee who was working that afternoon said the child's mother ran inside in a panic. The employee said the woman said she lost her child and couldn't remember what happened. Another employee then called 911. CBC News is not identifying the employee because she's not authorized to speak on behalf of the store. Provincial police say Belle was last seen earlier that day at around 9:45 in her home in LaSalle. People in the neighborhood have been on edge ever since they heard the news.
It's sad, it's scary, it's You know, it could happen to any of us.
It's terrible. It doesn't matter in my area, in any area, you know, when kids are disappearing, it's just the most terrible thing you can have.
Investigators are meeting with the mother, trying to piece together what happened in the span of the day and the 50 kilometers separating Coteau from Montreal. Volunteers have been scouring the area, searching for the small child. Some have been looking by the side of Highway 20. It's been challenging.
We say it's not easy. Everybody, we pray for being able to find her quickly because it's very hot. It's been a long time since she's missing.
Authorities say they're concentrating their search here in Coteau through land and air. They're using helicopters and drones. Belle is 3 feet tall, weighs 35 pounds, and has brown eyes and brown hair. Police say she's likely barefoot. They had also been looking for a small dog who may have been with her. Monday afternoon, police found a dead animal matching the description of the dog on Highway 30 near Highway 20 close to Vaudreil-Dorion. Police are also asking for people who may have seen a gray Ford Escape 2007, the car the mother was driving, between 9:45 and 3 in and around LaSalle and Coteau.
So, like I said, it is extremely disturbing, this case. You have the mother turning up an hour away from the home, claiming that she's lost her child and she doesn't actually know where she is. She doesn't know what happened. You have them believing that the dog is with the child, and then the dog is found deceased on the side of the highway. There's something huge with this. There's something really, really not right with this case. Now, they haven't, as I said, done an Amber Alert. These are basically the requirements for an Amber Alert. So the police have reason to believe that the missing child has been abducted. The police have reason to believe that the physical safety or the life of the child is in serious danger, and the police have information that may help locate the child, the suspect and/or the suspect's vehicle. All they have out of those three criteria is the middle one, that they believe that her physical safety or her life is in serious danger. Presumably they have put out other alerts because time is definitely of the essence with this child if she's still alive. I mean, you have this unusual circumstance with the mother. You have the dog being found deceased on the highway, and searchers are saying that it was particularly warm. It's quite disturbing. Now, I don't usually share details that have been posted by non-official individuals. However, the information that was shared was also shared with information that was then later released by officials. So I'm going to say that this could be accurate information, given that they reported things that were later officially reported. But like I said, this is not verified information. However, it has been said that the child had been dropped off with the mother by the father, which suggests that they are obviously not living together and have some sort of shared custody arrangement. And like I said, this is not verified. The other information that was shared is that when she went into that souvenir shop and said that she didn't know where her daughter was and had no idea what was going on, it has been reported that she was in a bad physical and mental state. She was barefoot, she was disoriented, and she had no phone. Like I said, this is not verified information, but it certainly seems that fits with the information that has been put out. And like I said, some of the information that was later released by authorities came from this same source beforehand also. Speculation. I can see 3 scenarios here. And this is not in any order of what I think could have occurred. This is just 3 scenarios that to me spring to mind. One scenario could be that this woman has experienced some sort of extreme trauma and was in a fugue state when she went into the business and said that she'd lost her child. Meaning that she could genuinely have absolutely no idea what's gone on. She could have just basically come to in her vehicle, suddenly became aware of what was going on around her and realised that she didn't have her child. So that is one possibility. The other possibility that we obviously can't rule out is that she was under the influence of some sort of drug that may have affected her mental capacity, whether that is of her own volition or whether something has occurred and she herself has been drugged. It is interesting if it is true about her being in a somewhat bad physical state also. But again, like I said, if someone has been drugged, whether it's them or someone else, that is a possibility. And of course, the third possibility is that this woman does actually know what has happened and is creating an alibi for herself. I think it would be a rather extreme way of giving an alibi for yourself. Certainly because I think if she was in such a state, then the first thing they would do would be to do psychological testing, to do drug testing, to do physical testing. So it probably wouldn't be the greatest strategy if she was trying to cover something. So there's almost no information on this case at this point in time. This is all I can give you, but to me it is extremely alarming, and I just hope that this little girl is found safe. So on that note, I know I haven't given much information at all. I will keep you posted as more information comes out, but that's all we've got for now. So thanks for listening. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Also, please hit that like button. YouTube loves it when you do that. And please leave a comment below. Thank you, and I will catch you in the next one.